Hi guys, today I'll be doing a Q&A video. So, question number 1. What is your name? My name is Jasmine. Also, I have a lisp, so if you make fun of me, I will whack you. How do you pronounce your username? I pronounce it as Zeboyhi, but there's probably other ways, but I call it Zeboyhi. How old are you? I am 15 and I'll be turning 16 next year during November. What do you think is the most fun to draw? Right now, I really like drawing people, but I also really like drawing landscapes and etc. How do you create your ideas for art? I watch a lot of YouTube videos, movies, and I read a lot of books, and I take my inspiration from them and other artists. How do you deal with art block? That's my question too. I really don't know how to deal with art block. Normally when I have art block, I just take a break and I go and watch YouTube or study. How old were you when you realized you loved drawing? I started drawing when I was 3 and I took art classes since I was 4. But I never really got into it until I was 12, which is when I was in 7th grade when I first started an art account. What is the hardest thing for you to draw? Animals and hands and feet and anatomy. Did you learn how to draw by yourself or did you watch videos or whatever to help? I took art classes, as I said before, but they never really helped me, so I watched a lot of YouTube videos and tutorials online to help me improve on my art. Generally, how long does it take for you to finish one drawing? The minimum, it takes me about 1 hour to finish a sketch, and then for really big pieces, I take up to over 16 hours, but for my digital pieces, I normally take around 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours. What does the beginning steps of your drawing consist of? I normally start out with the background color and then I draw the sketch and I slowly build up from there. How do you make money drawing? I don't make money drawing. I just draw for fun. If you had to swap art styles with someone else permanently, who would you swap with? I would swap with Hikari Shimoda. I probably pronounced her name wrong, but I really like her art and the style overall. What do you struggle with most when creating an artwork? I struggle with the concept because normally I start off with a basic idea in mind, but then it changes over time, so I end up not knowing what I'm going to end up with. Do you remember the person you were 2 years ago? Looking back, what do you think of your art from that time? During that time, I really liked to draw hair, and now that I look back at it, I think it's kind of stupid because drawing hair seems pretty boring now. Who motivates you the most to do art? My friends, my family, especially my grandpa and grandma. What's your favorite watercolor brand? I really like to use Cintiq. I really like to use this brand. I also really like to use the Windsor & Compton brand because it's cheaper and more easier to find throughout art stores. Who are your biggest inspirations and what are your favorite mediums? My biggest inspirations are Ivan Alifan, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Hikari Shimoda, Visaga or Zepio, and then Yume Kinni art, Kinni, Q-I-N-N-I, Julia Barmanova for her watercolors, Agnes Cecile definitely. I have too much. Ilya Kushino, Jonas Dero, he's a concept artist, and Yue, well that's her username, Y_U_E on Instagram. What do you think you're going to do with arts in the future? I want to major in art, and currently my top 5 universities are RISD, Chicago, School of Arts, Art Center, and Parsons. Do you think art is just a way of expressing yourself, or are you sending a message to the audience? It could be both ways, I think. Like, if you want to express something, then you do it through art, but then if you want to let the audience know something, you also express that through art. How often do you put your own meaning and ideas into arts? These few months I've been working on my composition, so I'm not that focused on meanings, like my own meanings, but I like it if it comes with a story in the end. What do you use for inspiration? And if you do use references, how do you go about incorporating them but not completely copying it? For all my pieces, I use references because I'm just really bad at drawing off of my mind. So when I use references, I usually get them off Tumblr or Pinterest, and then I use them, I flip them, I like transform them, and then I add my own color to them. Like for people, I use the anatomy as a guide, but then normally I change everything. What sort of artist would you be in the future? I want to be a professional gallery type, and currently I imagine myself as living in a one-room apartment, eating ramen every day. On many of your speed paints, you start out with black and white. Why? I am not that good at choosing colors, so I start off with black and white because it's easier for me to set all the details in and the shading, and then go back and color to shade everything properly. What materials do you use for digital art? Currently, I use my Macbook Pro, and then I use a Wacom Cintiq 13 HD. Prior to that, I used an Intuos Pro Medium, but I just like using the Cintiq because it's easier for me to look and draw. What are your favorite mediums besides digital art? I really like to use oil paint right now, watercolor, and acrylic. What digital software do you use? I use Photoshop CC. You pay monthly for that. I try to use Paint Tool Sci, but I just don't connect with it. What music do you listen to when you draw? K-pop. Do you like anime? If so, what's your favorite anime? I really like Tokyo Ghoul, Attack on Titan is okay, and Black Butler. Where do you come from? California. Any tips for people struggling with proportion? Practice, practice, practice. Where do you usually buy your art supplies? Amazon. It's cheap. It's fast. Yay. What watercolor paper do you use? I use Arches currently. What is your favorite brand of graphite pencils? Derwent, General, Staplers. What is your favorite day of the week? I like Saturdays. How long do you spend on art in a week? Here, I don't have time to draw, and I draw every Saturday, which is why I post YouTube speed paints on Saturday. What do you like to do besides painting? I like to dance, read, I say, listen to music. When you get sad, what makes you happy again? My dog, Mochi. If you weren't doing art, what would you be doing instead? That's a really good question. I like fail at everything in school. When do you get inspired? When I see other people's art videos. What K-pop groups do you like? I like BTS, Monsta X, FAP, VIX, Shiny, Big Bang, Icon, EXO, FX, Gain, 4 Minute, Red Velvet, Ailee, Unique, Royal Pirates, IU, and Cross Jean. When did you first start drawing? I started drawing when I was 2 if you count finger painting. Best color pencils, please. I like to use Derwent Color Soft, Faber-Castell, Polychromos, and Prismacolor. And if I were you, I would buy 12-pack of each and try them out. What are some of your favorite books? I like the Harry Potter series right now, Mortal Instruments, Percy Jackson, Red Queen series. What is your favorite animal? Pandas! Do you use Photoshop default brushes or do you make them? I use brushes that I collected from multiple artists throughout DeviantArt. Will you consider making a tutorial? Yes, I will if I have time. How do you handle homework and art? I don't. Alpacas or ponies? Alpacas. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe and comment any other questions you have. And I'll attempt to post another speed paint on Saturday.